Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia and I am so happy to have you here. Today I'm going to be telling you how to have a bad bitch glow up in 2024. But before I do, please make sure you like and subscribe because it makes my day. I'm so grateful to each and every single one of you who watches me chat shit on a daily basis. I love you. I absolutely love you. This is something I'm going to go into extreme detail on in my new training on the 19th of December. If you would like to join us, I have a gang. I've started a membership club. I'm so excited. In the membership, you're going to get the workshops, you're going to get sleep affirmations, you're going to get PDFs, downloadable PDFs, like I swear to God. I think I'm most excited about the PDFs. Everybody's been asking me for PDFs for a long time. I heard you, I've listened, I'm delivering. And there's gonna be so much more. And the biggest thing I'm excited about is the community aspect. So many of you comment on some of my videos saying like, I want a manifestation best friend. I want someone who, like a manifestation buddy. And that just breaks my heart because I remember when I didn't have anybody to talk about manifestation with. I'm quite lucky now that I have a lot of manifestation friends and I want that for you guys as well. I cannot tell you how much it transformed my life and my everyday well-being to have friends that I could talk about manifestation with. So that's the biggest thing I want you to get from this girl gang or boy gang. Whoever wants to join, you can be in my gang. Do you want to be in my gang, my gang, my gang? Do you want to be in my gang? Oh yeah. The link is down below if you would like to sign up. On these trainings, you will get a chance to be coached by me as well, so no brainer. If you would like to join now, the price will stay at this price forever for you. It's not going to be at this price forever, but the links are below. And also, if you don't catch the live training, you can have the replay and you will still get a chance to have your questions answered. Okay, now we can start. This is one of my favourite topics. Having a glow up in general is one of my favourite topics because I feel like I've done it quite a few times in my life. I did it when I was 21 years old and I left my ex-boyfriend, lost 4 stones, that's 56 pounds for those of you who aren't in the UK. I'm pretty sure it's only the UK that use stone, but anyway, 56 pounds or I think it's 30 something kilograms, I don't know. But I lost a shit, like maybe 27.5 kilograms, something like that. I lost a lot of weight. I had a glow up. I became the version of me I'd always wanted to be. I honestly had spent 4 years waiting for my life to start, and when I made that decision to, you know, move on from a toxic relationship and become the version I've always wanted to be, it was just, oh, my life, my 21-year-old lid, oh, it was amazing. And I've done that a few times throughout my 20s where I have a character reset. I rebrand, I touch up, I flex on everybody. I'm not even saying that in a big-headed way because most people might not even notice the difference in you. That's fine. We're not doing it for anybody else. We're not doing it for an outsider. We're doing it for us. I've done it a few times. I will be honest, it's mainly when I've been either heartbroken or I'm in my fuck you energy. But we don't have to be at rock bottom to have a glow up or a rebrand. We don't. And you're going to start right now. 2024 can be the best year of your fucking life. I swear to God, 2021 was the worst year of my life. I lost my best friend. If you have been on the podcast or maybe I've mentioned it on some TikToks, but I lost my best friend in 2021 and it ripped me to shreds. My life was in the gutter. I was so hopeless. I think that's what I'm looking for, like hopeless. I did not think I would ever be happy again. I have never experienced that level of loss. I can't even wrap up into words like how horrible that time was for me. And I spent a lot of time in a grief hole. And then I realised one day that Taylor doesn't have that advantage in life. He doesn't have that luxury anymore of being in a grief hole. He doesn't have the luxury of being down. He doesn't have the luxury of having a bad day. By the way, for any of you that are grieving right now and you are in a grief hole and that grief has got you literally in a fucking chokehold and you feel like you're keeping your head above water, I'm not gaslighting you on this. You take your time. You do whatever you need to do to get through this. This is not me saying you need to be out of that space. I came out of it when I was ready to come out of it and you will as well. But I came to a realisation that I have to live for both of us now. And Tony Robbins talks about how grief leaves a hole, it leaves a void within us. And we can either fill it up with hate or we can fill it up with love. And I made that decision from that day, okay, I want to make him proud. So this is going to be my best glow up yet. And I had actually taken about 4 years off from coaching online at that point. Well, advertising it online. I was still coaching in the background, but not like on the level I'm doing now. I have wanted to be a full-time coach since I was 16 years old, and it's what I'm really fucking good at in life. Even people who aren't my clients or my followers, they will comment like, Lid, you're so good at this. And I thought to myself, right, I need to get back to doing properly, full-time, what I'm good at. And what else have I always wanted to do? I want to go back to Ibiza. This is what I was thinking when I was coming out my grief hole. I was like, what do I need to do for me? So it was getting out of my grief hole. It was starting my coaching business. It was doing another season in Ibiza, because I did a season in Ibiza in 2018 and I spent the whole season being very hung up on a fucking ex. I do not recommend. Absolutely fucking not. So I was like, I need to go back to Ibiza and I need to relive my season, and I need to do it for me, and I need to be in the moment, and I need to just go back and correct that part. And I did. And yeah, I lost the weight that I'd put on over Christmas this year. And just like everything So this is what I'm telling you, like 2021 was like the worst year of my life. The back end, because it happened in October, and the early start of 2022. And I have drastically changed my life since then. Obviously I still grieve, and I'm heartbroken over Taylor. That's why I get him tattooed everywhere. I've got one on the back of my neck, got one there, and I want another one. However, your life can go through a real down and it can be transformed. And even if you're not at rock bottom, like I said, you don't need to be at rock bottom. I just want to help you as much as I can live the life that you want and live the life you deserve. And I am hell-bent on doing that with you all, because I believe life is so precious and we all deserve to not waste a minute of it. So for me, the first part of your bad bitch glow up is to drop the old shit. You are going to drop the story of who you think you are when it pertains to being negative about yourself. We're not going to keep rehashing the old story. We are stepping out of victim mentality and we are stepping into our power. So we are dropping any of the past shit that is holding us back. We are saying sayonara to the fucking sire bullshit. No more, no more, no more, no more. What does this involve? Is that toothpaste? Have I been, yeah, I don't think you can see it. It's hard. This is hard for me. Focusing on, like TikToks, they're like 3 minutes long. This is hard. I don't care who you think you are, who others might have told you you are, how bad you think you are, how unworthy you think you are. That's simply not true, and that is not going to be your reality going forward. The first step is to drop the old bullshit. You do not deserve to carry it around with you, and we're not doing that anymore. Like, it's going to be quite, what's the opposite of effortless? Effortful. You're going to have to effort yourself into this new habit, because repeating the old stories is a habit. Repeating the old patterns is a habit. In fact, you're so accustomed to it, you probably don't even realize you're doing it. What do I mean by this? Like when you make fat jokes, if you feel like you're overweight, when you make jokes about being broke, when you make jokes about being the loveless one in the friendship group, we're not doing that anymore. We're not self-deprecating. We're not identifying with the parts of us that we don't want to keep anymore. It just doesn't make sense. If you want to keep it, good. Carry it around with you. If you don't, sayonara bullshit. In this part of dropping the old story, it is also a good idea to kind of forgive and heal whatever needs to be healed. This forgiveness, by the way, is not about condoning what somebody else did to us. It's not about condoning what we've done if we need to self-forgive. It's just about letting it go. Forgiveness is a gift you really give to yourself. Sometimes there are no rhyme or reason for why people treat us like they do. We're just not. We're not buying into that bullshit anymore. We're not holding on to those stories. We're not holding on to that victim mentality, like I said. We're just going to forgive this, and we're just going to say, do you know what? I deserve to not carry this around with me anymore. So I'm going to do the work to forgive it. This could look like writing forgiveness lists. It could look like writing a forgiveness letter. It could look like forgiveness meditations, forgiveness EFT, some of which are coming soon to my YouTube channel. So keep a lookout. But it's whatever we can do to forgive. And what I find really is a massive way to forgive people is to just give love to the situation. Again, very kumbaya, very hippie, like spread the love, all that, peace, love and glory. What I mean by that is I'm happy for what it taught me. I hate what it put me through. I hate the pain I felt in those times. I hate what they did to me, and I was about to say the C word then. I I hate what they did to me, but I love who it made me. I love how strong it's made me. I love that I'm unfuckable with now. I love that it's made me the woman I am. And I mean that. I say that with my chest. I'm a firm believer in everything that has to happen, had to happen for me to be exactly where I am right now. And the fact that I am living a life that I am absolutely in love with right now is a testament to that. I've not been at this point. No, I've not even been at this point for very long. I'd say I've been at this point since May, since I moved to Ibiza. No, actually, I've been at this point since March. Just before I was about to turn 30, I went on holiday to Tenerife. And that was my full circle moment in life. That was when I was like, okay, I've arrived. Okay, this is when my life gets really good. I hadn't felt like that before, but I trusted that point was going to come. I trusted that. I don't know why the road is taking me down this way. I don't know why God is doing this. I don't know why I don't know why. I don't know why, but I know my life is waiting for me on the other side of this, and I just have to direct my focus and glow up, and I will get there. Glow up, by the way, is really redirection. There is nothing about you that you have to fix or change in order to be perfect, to have this perfect life. What I mean by glow up is literally up, and you're going to be glowing. It's not about appearance. It's about energy. It's about you stepping into the energy of the person you've always wanted to be, destined to be. But it's not about you looking better. That's like the tip of the iceberg is the fact that you naturally are gonna look better. You're gonna look happier. You're gonna glow from the inside out. It's about redirecting you to the life you're always meant to have. So the more you can focus on, do you know what? I don't know why that situation happened, but thank God it did. Thank God that door closed. Thank God that friend got out of my life. Thank fuck he cheated on me, because I would not be who I am today without all of those things happening. That is where I find a lot of grace in the bad situations, and that is where my forgiveness kind of comes from. So it might help you as well. By the way, forgiveness, not an easy thing, not an overnight thing, but one of the most beneficial things you can do for your energy, your being, your system, and your glow up. Step 2 in your bad bitch glow up, which is my favourite part to work on with clients. By the way, if you would like a coaching session, then I'm not going to be working over like Christmas and New Year period. The time is now if you want to get that in. Link is below as well. You can either have it now or you can book it for New Year, but in those periods, whew, I'm being merry. I'm going to have a very merry Christmas this year. I deserve it. We all do. But this is one of like my absolute favourite things. Decide who you want to be. Literally go. I'm gonna really bait myself out now. I have my notebook down here. Because my videos are usually like 5 to 10 minutes long, and I just spitball, whereas I'll show you. I have a very organised, I have bullet points today because I didn't want to miss a thing. I did not want to miss a thing off this list, and I want it to be really concise and structured, more than usual. But go and get a big fat notebook right now, pause the video and ask yourself, wait till I finish point 2 and then pause the video. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? Another great way to ask is, who was I before all that shit happened to me? What do I miss about myself? Do you miss how confident you were? Do you miss how outgoing you were? Do you miss how outspoken, how brave you were? That's one thing I really, really missed about myself. I missed my bravery. I'd really got into, especially the pandemic. I feel like the pandemic did that to me. There is actually there's like a theory going around on the pandemic. I'm sure Tony Robbins has talked about it, but if I've misquoted, then I'm really sorry. Somebody definitely has. And it was about how like, we all feel like we missed 3 years out of the pandemic. Like we feel like we missed 3 years of our life. I definitely don't feel 30. I still feel like 27, the age I was when we went, well, I was 26 when we went into the pandemic. And I remember Tony Robbins doing a podcast at the time of the pandemic, and he said the pandemic made us lose hope. I had lost my hope for a lot of things during the pandemic, because every time we would get our hopes up, Boris would then move the goalposts. I was out of work for a long time because I was a lash artist. So I was a close contact service. And every time he said I was going to go back to work, I wasn't. And it got further and further away. And a social life is, oh my God, my social life is one of the biggest, I hate not having a social life. I love being social. So having that taken away from me as well really affected me. And I feel like I lost my bravery to dream. I didn't dare dream for the longest time. I remember there was a Netflix series out called White Lines during the pandemic, and I refused to watch it because it was about Ibiza. It was about that this woman had gone to Ibiza to find what happened to her brother. I couldn't bear to watch it because I kept thinking, what if I'm never allowed in Ibiza again? Because that is how the pandemic made us feel. It's what they taught us to feel. And I couldn't even bear to watch a Netflix series. So I had lost a lot of my bravery. So last year, I used to have this saying, and it was, Lid does brave shit. When I say go, we go. No matter how scary, no matter how dumb I look, no matter how worried I might be about whatever, when I say go, we go, Lid does dumb shit. Lid does do dumb shit, but Lid does brave shit. I know, like, it's weird having my own slogan, but Lid does brave shit. So last year was really about me getting back to that part of myself and finding that part of myself again. So sometimes it's not about who you want to be, it's about who you were anyway, and we're just bringing you back home. If you think about when you were a kid, kids are confident. You go up to a 2-year-old, they give you a painting, they reckon it looks like the sun. Does not. Does not. But they're going to have the biggest smile on their face. They can't wait to show you what they've done. They'll be like, Auntie Lid, diddy. I'm like, what? And they just jump and spin. And they think it's the best thing ever. Kids are naturally confident. As a child, you would have been naturally confident until school took it out of you, parents, teachers, whoever, like friends, whatever, or fake friends, whoever. The world taught you how to be unconfident. We have constant images of perfection thrown in our face every single day about, oh, we should be like this, men should be this masculine, women should be this, like, no. That was all taught to us, so we're going to unlearn it and remember who we were. And we are going to become the versions of ourselves we have always wanted to be as well. So what characteristics do you want to take on? How do you want to show up in every room? What standards does this new character have? Like, see yourself as a new character. You are stepping into your new timeline, your new character. You can give her a name. I literally rebranded my name. Sorry, I've got such like passionate energy. When I started the 444 agency, I had some icky feelings about when I was doing coaching before, which I'll go into in another video, but I just have really icky feelings from that part of my life. And I was like, I need to separate myself from that part of my life. And back then, I used to use my full name. That was my business name. And I was like, I don't want to do that again. My full name is double barreled. And I remember asking my granddad if I could drop I don't think I asked him. I think I was talking to him about it. And he discouraged me from dropping the last part of my double barrel name. Because he was like, oh, you're the last one in the family. Granddad, I'm not going to pass the name down anyway, because someone's going to wife me up one day and it'll be gone anyway. But it made me feel bad, so I didn't drop it. Because he passed away not long after that, and I was like, oh. Anyway, so love you. But last year, I was like, no, I need to differentiate from that part of my life to this part. How can I do that? And I was like, I'm literally rebranding my name. I've wanted to be Lydia Killian for ages. I've wanted to drop the last part of my name for ages. I don't want to be double barreled. I want to be Lydia Killian. So I was like, I'm Lydia fucking Killian. I literally rebranded with my own name. It sounds really... Yeah, but anyway, it worked. And I kept thinking, okay, well, the new version of me, Lydia Killian, what would she do? What are her standards? What does she want from her life and her body, her friendships, her finances? What does she want? And that's how we're going to reach towards that new version of us. So make it like a character. What's her name? It can be your own name. Even if you just put, I am fucking Sarah. I'm Sarah fucking G. I am da-da-da-da. Like, just give yourself like a Beyonce, Sasha Fierce, like Nicki with Roman, like Nicki Minaj with Roman. Like, just give yourself that character you're going to step into. What are her beliefs? What are her standards? How does she carry herself? What action does she take towards her dreams? Yes, I'm massive in manifesting. I believe we should manifest. So with those beliefs that you just picked out, you're going to program them every day, either through sleep affirmations, listening to affirmations in general, writing them down, saying them out loud, visualizing, scripting. I don't care how you're going to fucking do it. You're just going to get those beliefs in. But also you're going to take action towards your dreams. That could be small action. It could be aligned action. But for example, when I was starting this coaching business again, like, I can't say I'm going to be a content creator and then sit there hoping it's going to happen. I have to make content. I have to make videos. I have to post shit, which is scary. It's very embarrassing at the start. And I don't get embarrassed, but it's nerve-wracking. Will they like me? Well, how's this going to go down? If I wasn't taking that action, I could not have this life. So I appreciate creators that encourage you to just lie in bed visualizing. And there are so many things you can manifest without lifting a finger. But when it comes to some things, you're going to have to get your ass into gear a little bit. And me personally, I like doing this for myself because it's my career. It's what I love. It's almost my hobby. It's how I get a fucking life. I just love doing this shit. So I'm going to take action towards it. So ask yourself, what does this version of me, how does she take action? What does she do every day? Which leads me on to my next point, which is always my favourite point, even though I said my last point was my favourite. Well, no, my last point was my favourite thing to work on with clients. My third point is my favourite thing in general, which is bad bitches, go and get a fucking life. If you are new to my channel, I do not mean that in a horrible way. I mean that in the best way. You should be living a life. Your life is worth living. Your life is worth living. Again, I feel like I have a very strong opinion of this from losing Taylor. I have grown up losing a lot of people, to be fair. So I've always had this gratitude for life and how precious it is, but even more so now, and even more so after the pandemic. This life is so precious, can be taken away from us in many ways, not just like in the death way, like in many ways, like the pandemic way, overnight. So we should be living life, not in a frantic, panicky kind of way every single day, but like living a life, like making the effort to live a life we love. And that involves getting a fucking life. What do I mean by that? What hobbies do you want to take up? Are there any hobbies that you used to do either as a kid or a teen that you fell out of doing and you want to do again? A good thing to ask is there anything I used to love doing as a child that I don't do anymore? How can I incorporate that into my life? How can I do more of that? Is there anything I've always wanted to do that I've never done? So I asked myself this at the start of the year, and what came up was gymnastics and learning Spanish. Always wanted to learn Spanish, always wanted to backflip. And so I joined an adult gymnastics class. I still go now. It's the favourite part of my week. I don't learn Spanish anymore on the Duolingo app because when I got to Spain, I found I didn't actually use it that much. But I was living in, well, when I got to Ibiza, I was living in San Antonio. Not a lot of, like, everyone speaks English there. So I feel like I got a little bit lazy. Life got in the way, but I do want to start it up again. I actually feel like video editing, I looked at the camera, I keep looking at the camera. I actually feel like video editing is my hobby now because, you know, it takes me about 20 minutes to do a YouTube and it takes me about 3 hours to edit it. No, it doesn't take that long, but it takes me a while to edit it. I feel like that's my new hobby because it completely just focuses me. I'm completely concentrated on the video that I'm editing, and that's just like, I have the luxury to do that now. I completely understand that because this is my full-time business now. But before that, it was growing my TikTok business. It was making the content, figuring out what you guys wanted me to say. It was so much fun. So is there anything in your career that you need to work on? Is there anything you want to train in? Is there any like promotions you want to go for? How do you get there? Is there any businesses you want to start? How can you make your life as fun as possible every single day? How can you do things that fulfill you? Are there things that you need to do for rest? Do you need to like withdraw from your social life? Do you need to take more time for self-care? Do you need to look after yourself more? Do you need to socialize and connect more? Like, these are all questions I want you to be asking yourself. Where can I make my life more fun, more fulfilling, and more relaxed? Where can I improve on my lifestyle? So can I eat better? What healthy habits can I put in? Do I need to take anything out? Like, massive part of this is regulating your nervous system. Please, a massive part of getting a life for me is regulating my nervous system because it improves the quality of my life because I'm not sat there being anxious in fight or flight mode. So again, that's meditation or breath work or EFT. Highly recommend those. Or there's many other ways, like Google them, there's so many ways, but nervous system regulation for me is a big part of getting a fucking life as well because it improves every area of my life. It's really important that you look after the life you have, and all of that is going to wrap you up into being one big bad bitch or little bad bitch or just a general bad bitch. I don't know why I think I'm so cool and gang, but I like saying it, so I'm going to keep saying it. Like, I just want the best for you guys, and if you don't just watch this video, like if you follow this and you apply it, you will see just massive changes, and you don't even have to take that long. You can see changes in as little as, like, honestly, I would say 2 weeks. When I have a reset, when I have a proper rebrand and I'm like, nah, fuck this, like I'm hell-bent on becoming a better, improved version of me, not in terms of like I said, looks or anything, but like just in terms of like overall energy, I can honestly shift within a few days with like focusing my thoughts on the new version of me and the new life I want, and that little reset. Within a few weeks, I feel just So I want you to feel Now I want you to feel That was so cringy. I'm not doing that. Shall I keep that in? I want you to feel the best you've ever felt. I want you to live the best life you possibly can. So Let me know what you think to the video. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about on this topic, and I'm going to help you as much as possible. Like I said, we have a training coming on the 19th of December, how to glow the fuck up. I want you all involved. You can get coached on that training as well. If you would like to join me, the link is down below. If not, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.